Welcome once again our esteemed viewers for Buseesa demonstration farm. Here we are for our other part on the fisheries department. I'm Richard Lubega, the director for Buseesa demonstration farm, and I'm going to take you through the project of fisheries. We are at the pond located in Kajuma village, Matale sub-county, Kivale district. And today we are going to have more discussions about fish farming. Here we are when you want to do fish farming. What are the basic principles you should know before starting the project? One, there must be a site survey. And when we are surveying the site, you have to make sure that this site does not get dry off water, especially in the dry seasons. Secondly, you have to make sure that where you are putting your pond, you are maintaining eco-friendly activities so that you don't destroy nature. So you construct the pond, you don't now close the trench. If there was a river passing along those ponds, you have to make sure you leave it in its position, like what we have here. It is a stream that was naturally found there, so we did not have to disturb the ecosystem, the natural makeup of this area. So the stream was left free to continue flowing. We constructed, here we have 4 ponds in Kajuma, and each pond has its size. By the way, before another principle, you have to make sure you are constructing a pond to hold how many fingerlings. So if you want to know the number of fingerlings you can stock in a pond, you have to use the principle of 5 fingerlings per square meters. So what we have here, this pond you can see here, actually it is funny in its way. We made it in to look like the map of Africa. If somebody can see, if viewers you can see it very well, it looks like the map of Africa, and I like it. I admire it whenever I come here. It is our biggest pond here among the 4, and this pond has it is 15 meters by 40. So if you calculate, you will find this pond fit to accommodate around 3,000 fingerlings. Now, when we are designing a pond, it's not like a lake. The pond has to be designed in such a way that the extreme side must be a bit higher, and the lower side must be a bit down. And in that form, the pond must be slanting. Slanting helps us to capture these fish, and actually it helps us to drain this pond very well. And in pond system, we always avoid using nets. When you use fishing nets, at times that net can traumatize some of the fish, especially those who would go in and they are small, and then they don't get netted well. They can be traumatized, and that can cause some kind of injuries which may not be treated as required. So when you slant your fish pond, and when it is time of harvesting, you have to put down the outlet pipe. That outlet pipe will drain out all the water, and that gives you chance to pick out a sizable fish. And in that regard, here at the Buseesa demonstration farm, we only pick a fish that is at least 1 kilogram and above. So we know from 6 months to 1 year, our fish has already started making a kilogram. So we pick out those ones which are sizable, and we leave the younger ones to continue. Now we have an inlet pipe. We talked of an outlet which is used to drain out water. Please, you come and we try to put in some water. So this inlet pipe, it is connected to to the side stream. This inlet pipe helps us to get fresh water. When we see this water getting affected, seeing the inlet pipe having clean, fresh water that helps in to bring the good environment that helps to aerate the pond. There are features we have to consider when we are monitoring these ponds. One, before you put in the fish, you are supposed to ensure that the fish pond is fertilized. Now, what do I mean by fertilizing the pond? By fertilizing the pond, it means you have to put in some inorganic materials. I mean organic materials. Like we get cow dung, pack it into a sack, put it on 2 different corners. This is to those who are just starting this business of fish farming. When you put that dung into the water will change its color. You will see it getting a bit green, and that color of greenish color shows you that the pond is fertilized. Why do we need that fertilization? That green color shows you that there is the blue-green alga. We have that alga. That alga is a plant, and you find some of these fish, like the tilapia, they eat on plants, and those younger ones can start eating on those plants. And when it is green, it means there are some other microorganisms that are capable of growing in, and this also becomes food for our fish. So a fertilized pond helps our pond to keep on supplied continuously with food. Before you apply your feeds, the other ones which are made artificially, but there is that local one which is in that green water. And you also to monitor the nature of the surface of water. When you begin seeing your water having some oily compound on top of it, the oily component on top of it, that means your pond needs to be emptied. It means that there is no good oxygenation within that pond. Therefore, you have to lower the outlet pipe, and then the water will go out. So we have an outlet pipe. So outlet pipe, when you lower it a bit down, now it will begin taking out water. You can see it behind how it is running now very fast. It's coming out of the pipe. That is when the outlet pipe is lowered down, and that water flow will empty this pond of ours. Now, if you leave this pipe down up to the level of the base of the pond, automatically in around 6 hours, you'll find when this pond is completely dry. So when it dries, we are able to pick the sizable fish we want to get, and 2, we are able to see the bottom of the pond. If there are some debris we would want to remove, also it helps us to check on the bottom whether you put feeds and they went down and they are getting they are growing some kind of fungal infections. We get to see if there are alga, green alga down on the. So there are very many things we look at when we dry up the pond. It's not only harvesting, but also we try to study the type of base that we are having. Now, there is another practice we always do. Like if we wanted to change the kind of species that we have into this pond. Now here we have tilapia. So if we want to introduce in the catfish, we shall make sure that we dry up this, we pick out all the fish that is in. So in the case you have the fish that is reproducing, then you shall expect to have some eggs within. So we shall have to leave this pond dry and even put in lime. Lime will help to suffocate those surviving fingerlings and even the eggs. So you put in lime, leave this pond to rest, and then after you can again raise this outlet pipe, and then water will start filling in. There is the natural water that comes underground. Also, you can even bring in water from the other inlet, as you saw the other side. Now, somebody will ask, how do you control the predators on this fish pond? Now, there's one principle. Somebody will say, as you don't have trees around, and so trees are, they tend to harbor the predators for this fish. And we have seen some birds which have a very long vision, very strong vision, that they can even view the fish that is at the bottom of the pond. So if there is a tree, this gives a chance for these birds to be within that tree, and then they out the base of the pond, and then they can come in and pick out these fish. That's why you are seeing us here along these ponds. We don't have trees on the margins of the ponds. Reason being, we try to prevent predators from coming around to eat our fish. Chetulumirirwa bitone mwecho mwe betuimbi